Welcome, I'm Ian Baker, and today we're going to go over some how-to RV basics, and that is extending your awning. We'll start with a power awning, as power awnings are a lot more common on today's RVs. After that, if you want to skip ahead, we will go to the manual awnings as well. And there's going to be two major types, but we'll cover that in just a moment. Regardless, no matter what type of awning you have, the first thing you want to do is level the RV as well as stabilize it. So as you can see, we are inside a shop, so we are nice and level here, have a concrete pad, and our stabilizers are down. And so with the power awning, next thing you want to do is actually head inside to find where this switch is located. All right, so on this particular RV, you will see my switch located right here on the inside wall. Now, ideally, you want to be able to shut the door and have a spotter outside. The reason being, sometimes the awning arm is located pretty close to the door, and if you have your door open, it can cause damage. I have it shut enough, and seeing as how I don't have a spotter, I'm just going to kind of have 1 foot out the door and watch the awning myself. But all you have to do is simply push the extend button. You're going to hold that down and watch the power awning roll out. Again, you want to make sure there's not any obstruction, so that's why it's good to be outside. I mean, half of my vision here is blocked. I don't know if there's going to be a tree there. Obviously not inside a bay, but if you're out camping, it could be a problem. Now, when we extend the awning, to know if it's fully extended, what you're actually going to do is extend it just far enough until you can see the barrel, is what they call it, of the awning, which is the end of the awning the material wraps around. A lot of times there will be a little flap as well, and that flap will hang down once that barrel is exposed. You don't want to keep holding it down too far past that, because what will actually happen is that it will start to flip the awning and it will actually start to roll back up in on itself. Not only is that going to be bad because now your controls are reversed, but also it's not going to sit the way it should, and you're going to have a big pocket where everything's going to collect, and it can cause damage to your awning. It's just not a situation that you want to get in. So make sure that once it is fully extended, you stop, and then to retract it, same steps, right? We're just going to make sure that you don't hit anything. If you adjusted the arms, some power awnings will readjust when you roll them back up, some will not. So I do recommend setting them both at the same location so that one arm isn't out further than the other when you roll them back up. And then again, we're going to push the button, we're going to hold it down, and we're simply going to watch that awning as it comes up. And what we're looking for is we want to make sure that both sides of the awning are coming up evenly. You don't want one side going in further than the other, and you're just going to hold that until it basically touches the outside of the RV. Once it touches, you release the button. You don't want to continue to hold it down. If you continue to hold it down for an extended period of time, you can certainly cause damage to your power awning motors, and again, that's just not something you want to have happen. Manual awnings, on the other hand, unfortunately require a little more work. It is a lot easier if you have 2 people, but it is doable solo. Now, this one will be a little bit different than what you may have, simply because I have a center support due to the size of the awning, so that will add one more step, but for the most part, it is going to be pretty similar. So the biggest difference here is I'm going to loosen this to drop that center support and allow my awning to come out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to each awning arm, and we will have these knobs. I'm simply going to loosen these up. They should be tight when you're traveling, but I want to go ahead and loosen those up. Do the same thing on the other side, which, to be perfectly honest, I've already done it on both sides. So once that is done, you're actually going to come right over here, and at the very top, you will see something like this. You'll have a long rod like this to help you, and you should have some kind of signification of it where it says roll up and roll down, but basically you will have a knob or a lever of some sort, and if that lever is up, that's how it retracts. When we need to extend it, we put that hook on top, and we simply pull it down just like that. So with those loose and that in the extend position, I will then come right over here and find this guy, and we're going to simply pull. Just like so. And because we are in an extend position, that should lock it in place like that. Then what you'll want to do, once you have it to the desired length, you want to, normally we'll pull it out all the way, but once it is at your desired length, what you'll want to do is actually come over to the side like this. You'll have a handle. You're going to put that handle in a push position. That will help raise that all the way up and get you the angle you want, and then you will tighten both of your arms back down. So to retract the awning, I've already loosened it up on the other side. So we're going to come right over here, loosen it up, just like so. And then we're going to just do the opposite of what we did. We're going to put that handle up, slowly guide it back down. We'll do that on both sides. Once that is done, we come back over to where we were. You want to grab your cord here because otherwise it's going to roll in on you, which you don't want. And we're going to flip it back. That will allow it to retract. Once that happens, you want to have a good grip on it, like here. And then you're just going to simply take your tool, stick it inside this hole. Sorry, I'm working with a little bit older awning. Just want to make sure we're not going to damage our loop. There we go. That will allow us to roll it right back up. And as I mentioned on this one, we do have the final step of the support. We'll put the support back up, tighten that, whoops, there we go. Tighten that back up, and then again, we'll go on both sides, make sure our arms are in place, make sure they're locked. You want that inner arm locked to that outer arm, and then we will tighten both of those up. That way it doesn't come out as you're going down the road. All right, the last style awning I want to show you is technically a manual awning, but it's a lot more commonly used on lighter weight RVs, even brand new ones still being made today, and that is our box style manual awning. Now this one right here is the Oasis. We are actually at the Camping World Technical Institute. You can see it's not on an RV, but I'm lucky enough that we get to use this one for demonstration for this video purpose. I've also seen a couple other brands. Thule's a very common one out there that is used as well. But in order to extend and retract these, they're actually pretty simple. You'll see you get a much longer wand here. You simply put that in just like so, and then you're going to want to twist. So it kind of has two handles here, and so you're just going to twist just like this. You'll do this style motion, and as you can see, comes out just like that. Super simple and easy. That'll be the same thing to retract it. You'll just go the opposite direction. So if you have one of these awnings, you know, again, as far as manual awnings go, they're definitely the preferred style just because they are so much simpler. And you don't have to worry about a motor failing like you might on a power one. All right, folks, that pretty much wraps it up for this video. A few key takeaways that I want you to have. No matter what style awning you have, always look for obstructions. You don't want to run it into a tree. With a power awning, one of the biggest things to pay attention to is to make sure you don't overextend it where it rolls back up on itself, because again, that will cause damage. On a manual awning, make sure that you unlock everything when extending, lock everything down once you have it in position or when you are traveling. Other than that, awnings are obviously fantastic. It's a great way to create some shade. You can have some rainwater dump off. If ever there's a storm, folks, or a big storm coming in, lots of wind, make sure you put your awning in. I've seen way too many awnings get ripped off because of high winds. But that pretty much wraps up this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the comments section below. If you did like this video, a like is always appreciated. And if you know someone that could use this, please share it. Of course, if you would like more how-to and troubleshooting, then simply subscribe to the channel. Thanks again for watching, folks. I'm Ian Baker, and until next time, we'll see you.